Today we're looking at a hip pack or sling made in Oregon by Alpine Sea Company. What's up everyone, I'm Kevin, welcome to Pack and Roam. Today we're looking at the side pack from Alpine Sea Company. So they sent this over to me to check out. I've used it a bit, but I'm not really prepared to do a full review. I haven't had a chance to really put it through its paces yet, but I did want to walk you through it and kind of do a first look video here because I do think it has some pretty cool features. I like the material choices. There's several and we'll get to those. But for now, let's jump into this version, and this is the X11 version. So this material on the walnut colorway is X-Pack X11, which is a pretty cool material. You know, I've seen about it. It's been around. I haven't had an opportunity to check it out yet, but I like the look and feel of it because basically X11 it's a 10-ounce cotton duck face. So it's kind of like a canvas face, but then you get the performance benefits of X-Pack's X3 laminate material. So when we open it up to the inside, I'll show you the back side of the material and you can clearly see it's X-Pack. You can kind of see the pattern too, I think, probably in the exterior. But I think it's got a really cool look and feel to it. You know, almost like a vintage outdoorsy look because of that cotton face that this material has on it. So that's what this one is made of. There's also eco-pack versions. There's several different colorway options on the website. Overall, I think it's a really cool looking sling, and I've enjoyed using it so far. So as I've mentioned, haven't had a ton of time to use it yet, but I've used it a little bit and it's been very enjoyable. So keeping on with materials, we've got YKK zippers on here, and then we've got, well, YKK coated zippers, and then they've got the matte coated, which I think are really cool. I really like the matte coated zippers that don't have that shiny appearance of the other type, but great choice on there. The hardware is Duraflex. There's some ultra stretch material on the inside, and we'll get to that when we open it up. This has 3-liter capacity. So capacity is stated at 3 liters. And then dimensions are 9 inches by 2 inches by 6 inches high. So you got 9 inches this way, 6 inches this way, and then 2 inches of depth. So it kind of feels, because of these wings, it feels like a bigger sling, but if you fold these in and take a look, I mean, it's a medium-sized sling, right? So it's not a huge sling. It looks bigger because of these wings, which they do provide some ergonomic benefit, and then I think it's a little bit of weight distribution with those as well. So it does wear very comfortably, I will tell you that right off the bat. So aside from the X11, the coated zippers, Duraflex hardware, we've also got some shock cord in the front. So if you want to put, I've put an Nalgene bottle in here. It'll fit in there. I'm not sure it'll stay in there, but it'll fit. Obviously, you know, a lightweight jacket, gloves, hat, anything like that is going to fit nicely. I like having the versatility that this offers, you know, like the 1733 side pack, for instance, or what I would side something. But I love that sling, and it's got some shock cord to make it a little bit more versatile. You can add stuff in there to the front and capture it, and you know, if you have something that, I don't know, you pick up along the way, whatever the case, you've got a little bit of extendability of the capacity with that, and I like how they did that here. You've also got a cord lock on there so you can cinch it down. Some coated, so you got some shrink wrap over the ends of that. That's very, I mean, those are never coming apart, so that's shrink wrapped. On the backside, and this is interesting, so I've felt this before, but I can't put my finger on where. It almost feels like the kind of the door screen material on the plastic screen, but it's, you know, wider. But this is, so it's like a coated non-slip mesh on the back, and the whole back is covered with that. So you've got, I think you get a little bit of breathability with this, but more importantly, it kind of helps it stay put because it's coated. It's got like a plasticky, rubbery feel to it. So when it sits on you, you could feel the friction, and I think that helps it stay put, which is a really cool feature. And then you pair that with a non-seatbelt material, so a rougher strap, which I gotta tell you, I'm leaning more and more towards rougher straps on slings. The seatbelt like material feels nice, but it tends to be too slippery for me. I like when the strap has a little bit more friction to it. So we've got a built-in keeper on the strap, this plastic keeper. The side lock buckle is nice and big, and that is Duraflex, as I mentioned. That's really about. We got a little bit of branding, so we got their logo right there, which is pretty low key, but it fits in nice. It's kind of cool. Alpine C Company is the name of the company, and that's their logo. So we have some loops here where the strap goes around, so that's pretty cool. If you need to hang something from there, you got the opportunity to hang or attach things through those loops in there. And I think that's really it for the exterior and the outside and materials and specs. So let's open it up. We've got one pocket on here, so there's no rear pocket. We've got what appears to be a rain flap for a zipper, but that's not. So if you did put something in there, you do have something to kind of deflect. So let's say you put a jacket or I don't know, whatever you put in there, you've got it can come up under this lip, and that will, maybe deflect some rainfall if water is coming down that way. If we open up, and I do like these zipper pulls. So they're like paracord, like micro cord, maybe micro paracord, but then it's got some kind of like, there's something inserted in there. So you got some hard plastic in there, it feels like. So we open this up, and the zippers are nice and smooth for coated zippers. And on the inside, and this is where you can see the backside of the X-Pack and tell that it's a laminated pack fabric in there, a laminated technical fabric. But we see the characteristic 22-degree crisscross of the X-Pack backside, or that mid layer. We've got, and I already have this open, but there's a main area. So you've got some main volume right there. You've got what feels like some lightweight nylon with a second pocket. And then this one has some gussets in it. So I don't know if you can get a good view of this, but you've got some gusseting. There's some folds in there. So you do get some volume out of this front pocket with a nice YKK zipper on there as well. And then we've got a couple slip pockets in the back that are ultra stretch, which very cool addition. So you got a little bit of organization combined with volume all in one compartment. So you've got one access, keeps it simple, one way in, one way out. But branding on the backside, so we got the Alpine C Company logo, USA made in Hood River, Oregon. So not a bad layout. I like that you can see, you got this vintage look on the outside, and then you got this modern look on the inside with the backside of the X-Pack, as well as the ultra stretch material in there. So overall, great materials, not a bad layout, and it's pretty simple. So it's not super complicated, which to me is always good. I tend to favor simple gear that does the job well and is well made. And so far, this has been panning out. So that's really the inside. There's not a whole lot else to discuss. You've got this kind of piece of nylon webbing in there. Some of them, so some of the colorways have a design, some of them don't. But this one, so someone Instagram commenter mentioned that it's kind of got a 90s Teva look to it, and I didn't see that at first, but now I can't unsee it. So it's pretty cool. I do like that design on there. I think the solid color ones are just as nice, but it's got an interesting look to it. It's got an interesting feel to it. These wings, again, tend to make it a little bit more comfortable, but they massively increase the footprint of this. So, you get some, you lose. It's kind of a give and take with these. And I do think, though, without them, I don't think this sling would be nearly as comfortable. So you got this massive, you got a lot of surface area on the back of this to help with weight distribution, as well as all that non-slip mesh to help it stay put on your body. So, so far, I'm enjoying the setup of this. I'm going to continue to use it. I've got some personal trips coming up, and I think this will work out perfect for some of those. And I'm going to fully put this through its paces and come back with a full review shortly. So, meantime, if you found this video useful, definitely hit the like button for me, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks.